Okay, hey Glenda, welcome back.
Hi, Douglas.
Thank you for
Good
coming
to s-
back. I remember last time you
Thanks.
were on, we had a nice chat. You're a fellow musician and an author and all kinds of good stuff. And I remember we just had a real nice chat. Your book was Courage. Was that the book we were promoting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
How
yeah.
how's the book doing?
It's doing good. We're getting ready to kind of take it into Canada, actually. We're looking for, well, my publicist has a connection with distribution up there. So we're going to, fingers crossed, we go through Ingram Sparks. And once that happens, then maybe Barnes and Noble will pick it up. And we're doing a kind of a combination of music with the book. So kind of it's both. So we'll have a QR code actually inside the book and that people can download the song quickly and then read the book.
Well, that's clever. Now, how does the song relate to the book?
Well, the book is about me. It's about clarity, courage, confidence, commitment, and community. So a lot of times I basically wrote it because I kept sharing my story of like, well, how did you do that? How did you get to that place or whatever? And with my friends. And so I thought, well, let me just see what I got here. Let's see what's of value. And I started writing. I did like a little outline, and the question was, what does it take to have clarity, courage, confidence, commitment, and community? And then I just kind of parsed that out, and then I told stories inside of the work. It's kind of a handbook, like a workbook, and then it gives people an opportunity to see my journey, like how I did X and got to X, and then they can. I give them little things to think about, little things to work on, and then they can just jump in themselves and see how that works out for them. If it fits, wear it. If it doesn't, throw it away. That's kind of my attitude. And then I thought, I am a musician and I am a songwriter, so it's really important to be able to just not only share the journey, but also share the end result of, each piece of my life. So that would be a song. So that's kind of, I thought, well, it'd be good to, throw that in there. And so they get a song and they get the experience. And then one of the things I do is I plant a tree. So every time you buy a piece of my music, an album, a single, my book, I plant a tree with one tree planted.
Okay, I remember the plant a tree part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, I'm still doing it.
do they get the song for free if you buy the book?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
great.
all included. Mhm.
Nice package deal there.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So you're going to be promoting a single. This is a different single called "Walkin'." Is that the one we're?
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And before we get to that, we're going to show the video at the end of the show. But you had asked me
Great.
something before we started. Go ahead and ask it
Y-
now.
Yeah, I was just wondering, how are you loving doing what you're doing?
I am loving it, and I think your book is very relevant to this sort of struggle to get some
Right.
kind of recognition online because we talked about this a little bit before in the last interview where the market is so saturated that trying to get your head above the swamp line is very difficult. But you know what? It's starting to happen. I think
Yeah.
when you were on about 4 months ago, three, four
Yeah.
months ago, we've gained another 1,000 or so subscribers on YouTube,
Nice.
and we're up to 7,500 at this point.
That's Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Yay. Yay.
You know, it's funny
Oh,
because YouTube used to give you a little reward for 10,000 subscribers.
yeah.
They don't anymore. It's-
Okay. Yeah.
and the starting point is 100,000 subscribers.
Wow. Subscribers?
Yeah, to get that little silver plaque.
Oh my God, they make you work for
Oh
it.
yeah, you know.
I swear to God, Douglas, all these like platforms, they literally have figured out how to make us work for a bauble. You know what I mean? Or to even get paid. And it's like, you know how much advertising I've done for you? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just crazy. I just don't understand how things can be so, I
Well,
don't
it's
know, take
twisted.
advantage of artists.
It's a very twisted logic because we are providing
Yes.
all of the content for them. They don't have to do anything,
Anything. It's
and
brilliant.
yet we're working for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that in the stores. Like, you probably know this. You go into like one of your local stores, they've got, you can check out yourself. And on one level, it's like, oh, that's faster. That's easier. I can just do it myself. Right. And I'm like, okay, so now I'm working for them for free and I'm paying them for the groceries and I'm taking somebody's job away.
And you're taking someone's job away. Exactly.
What is this about? Like, what are we doing?
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
it's
that can get into a very political debate too, because when they talk about always raising the minimum wage, and then the companies will do that instead of hiring more people, they'll automate.
Yeah.
I mean, there are
Yeah.
several McDonald's around the world that I've seen that are completely automated, except for the cooks. And when you
Yep.
go in, you
Wow.
punch your order in on the kiosk, and your food literally comes out of a slide thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You know, so there
Like
are
a conveyor belt.
kind of like a conveyor belt. You know, like one of those sushi places that the conveyor belt just
God.
comes around, and it'll have your
Yeah.
number on the tray and everything, and you just pick your tray
Yeah.
off the conveyor belt, and that's it.
That's crazy. That's like just, I can see the benefits and I can see, bottom lines for businesses. And I can understand that, especially as things rise higher and higher. And excuse me. But at the same time, it's like, there's gotta be a place where we get to, because if all this keeps happening like this, then we should all just get an income.
Well,
Because,
yeah.
and there's stuff with that too, right?
Well, but this, it's funny. We think of it as like so new and different and unusual for our generation. The generation that came 100 and some odd years ago at the start of the Industrial Revolution had the exact same issues.
Issues, yeah.
They said,
Just in a different way.
Yeah, the machines are going to replace the people. Because before the machines, all of that labor was done by people. Or
humans,
plow animals. If it was
Yeah.
farming, right? They plowed with
Right.
horses. And now, it's all done with tractors. Now it's just the machines have gotten so much more sophisticated. Now it's
Yeah.
AI versus a steam engine, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's you're probably familiar with this, but it's called AI chat, and it's just gone crazy. You can literally go in there and say, "Write me a song about love, compassion, and frustration." It just writes a song, verse, chorus, a bridge, out. You're like, what? And some of it's like really good. You're like, oh man. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's fun to see the debate. Like, oh, where are we going? Oh my God, I'm not going to have a job as a musician. I already don't have one.
I can remember this argument in the early 80s when I was playing in New York.
Yeah.
Where the karaoke machines had just started to come from Japan.
Right.
And the
I remember too.
clubs were replacing the live bands with the karaoke machines.
Yeah, the DJ too.
And DJ, yeah. But we just thought, oh God, this is going to be the end of the live bands in the clubs. And it was harder and harder to find bookings.
Yep. I know. I remember that too. Man.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your single. We got just about 3 minutes. So, Walkin'. Tell us about Walkin'. What's this one about?
I was looking at this and I was like, everybody at some point in their life, whether you're a musician or just, anybody else, you got seduced into something and you go, oh, that sounds really great. Let me do that. Let me sign here, and I'll get this, or I'll win this or something, right in that area. Right. And then you sign your name and then you realize, oh, I didn't get what I wanted. And here's the consequences, or here's the, oh man, I'm in trouble now. And so I kind of sat back and I went, how do musicians do that? Like, how do we do that? How do we end up with a record contract that that doesn't work for us, or we all know the stories. And so I thought it would be fun to like kind of share this bluesy, rootsy song that I had written called Walkin'. How it feels like you're walking your way down to hell because there's things that you have to do, or the things, you signed your name and now it's not right. And so I decided to, explore that. Like, what's that? What does that mean? And how many times have I been ripped off financially? So anyway, I decided to write that about walking, and then and you'll see at the end of the music video, I'm holding like a piece of paper that I'd lit on fire, and it's called Soldier Soul. It's a contract. Yeah. So I turned it around at the end. I'm gonna burn this contract.
Do you perform live, or are you strictly a studio musician?
No, I'm a live artist. Yeah. And it's been challenging, to like not be in front of people, and but we're working on it. My management has got some stuff in the works for Europe, and playing over there, and doing touring, maybe the Fringe Festival, things like that. So okay, yeah,
we've got so just a minute. And are you going to be performing anywhere you want to mention coming up?
Not at this time.
No.
Although if you want to kind of keep track of me, go on to glendabenevides.com and just sign up, and just to follow me, and you can do that on Instagram or whatever, and then just kind of keep your eye on where I'm going to be. Probably Scotland this summer, and then I'll have other events. Sometimes I do a lot of online, like when COVID was really hardcore, I was totally online, so I did performances online.
Well, great. Well, listen, it was nice to have you back on the show. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks, Douglas. Ditto, kiddo.
We'll have you back again, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Take a look.
I love hanging out with you, and I love talking with you. So.
Oh, well, it's mutual. Believe me, the feeling is mutual. Let's take a look at your video. This is Walkin' by Glenda Benevides.
Walking my way down that dirty old road, and I'm walking my way down, and I lost my soul. I sold my soul for the big bright lights. And I signed my name, Lord, and it didn't feel so right. Nobody told me I would pay the price. Oh, yeah. And I sold my soul for fool's paradise. Walking my way down that dirty old road. I'm walking my way down. I don't wanna go. I'm walking my way down for something I owe, and I'm walking my way down, and I don't wanna go. There's nothing to show. Listen up, he said this. Now time to pay. Ooh, always calling my name. There's no way out of this. This trouble you say. Oh, I played my cards, and there's no one to play.
damn cone's going a long time.